Iko Sawa.
Yes.
Like, how did you guys come about that name?
Iko Sawa.
That's all Muhanji, actually. that's. I will not take any credit.
Dating in this generation is very easy because everyone posts everything about themselves. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to guess. You could just be like, this chick loves this. I can curate a whole dating way to keep you happy, but then I'm not involved in your life. Like, I really don't know you.
God. Our issue is not necessarily that we do not know Jesus. Is that we do not know him enough to do life with him. We only know him, or we only do life with him when we need something, or when we are, how do I say, like we're in a desperate situation. What matters most on the wedding day is not the location, it's not the type of grass that's there, it's not the balloons, it's not the color palette, none of that. It's the both of you getting joined. Everybody who's traveling to come see you guys is coming because of the two of you getting joined. They're not coming to see the tents.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.
This is Pearl Radio on the Pearl to 20 countdown with the Grassmaster
and the Groove Queen.
And super excited for this because it being a love season, it being a day we are celebrating about love. Oh, let's just talk love.
Yeah.
Love
is a beautiful thing.
It is.
Don't get it twisted. And we are here with people who can testify to that and give us the notes. Mimi nataka tu notes. In fact, I'm ready. I'm ready to take notes. But we are here with the beautiful Shani and Muhanji. Big shout out to you guys. Karibuni sana.
Iko Sawa. Iko Sawa. Iko Sawa.
Iko
Sawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. By the way, we are live on Insta well.
Yes.
Yeah. At Iko Sawa?
Yes, with Pearl Radio as well. So you can either go to the Iko Sawa Instagram page, or you can go to Pearl Radio and you're gonna see all our beautiful faces. Because we all look good tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're all looking good. Hey, Muhanji bro, nakafiti bro.
Thank you.
Shani, welcome to Zuri.
Unajua intro ya Shani nimesikia the beautiful Shani alafu iko tu Muhanji.
Oh my God.
Pull it up again.
The beautiful Shani and the beautiful Muhanji. That's what's up.
And the hunk Muhanji.
Yeah.
That's good.
Guys don't like being called beautiful. I think beautiful is supposed to be everybody's compliment.
I get what you mean.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
African men.
Who is beautiful?
So thanks for having us.
She's beautiful.
Okay. Guys,
definitely
handsome.
10 points.
Go to the live
to Gryffindor.
Okay.
Oh, love it. Mwana tu already compliments.
Right?
Umeambiwa yote leo.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
So amazing to have you, Muhanji and Shani.
Thanks.
You know, also I normally have a problem when I'm interacting with a couple. I don't know whether to start with the guy or the lady. Which is which?
Whichever works.
Oh, nice.
No stress.
Shani,
Yes.
Muhanji, how did we get here?
So tulichukua matatu.
Tap it.
111.
Kwa
na jam.
You know.
I'm like, is this the true story of how you guys met? You guys are capping?
No, you know,
actually,
he asked a vague question. So
mifikaji hapa.
You know how he got here.
Oh my God. No, we're asking about your relationship. You know, you guys are recently married. Recently.
Yeah.
Is it recent?
It's recent.
I don't know.
Less than 6 months.
It's recent. Okay, great. Yeah. So you recently got married. So we just want to know where this journey began to here, to where we are right now.
Yeah. This journey started way. I think around, it should be more than 8 years if I'm not wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. Should be more than 8 years. 8-10 years ago probably. And we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
And then now did the jump into being a couple a few years later.
6 years later.
Yes.
So 6 years of friendship.
Yeah.
But no. Let me clarify it. It's not 6 years of friendship. It was like we were so acquainted with each other for the 6 years because we are both artists. So we kept meeting in like performing places and everything. So I knew Muhanji and he knew me, and we used to hang out whenever we met.
Yeah.
But we weren't really friends, because I would define a friend as like someone who I can.
I know your business.
Yes,
I know how
exactly. So I knew, like, I was like, oh, if you ask me about Muhanji, I'll say he's a dope artist, he's great. But you ask me about his family, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we were well acquainted with each other based on our music, and then I feel like we were friends for like a year, and then
I started dating.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
So dating
For
now.
clarification.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how long did you date before you popped the question?
I think I'd say 3,
Oh.
because the 4th year was more of wedding planning.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for 3 years.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do 2, but then sometimes you plan, but then the plan doesn't go how you
God
plan.
laughs.
Yeah, God are like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 3rd year and then the 4th year wedding planning and everything. So that took most of the 4th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Muhanji, for most guys, like you always know, I've had stories of people who are married to, and they say like the guy says like, when I saw her, I knew she was the one. So yote mlikuwa hapo maquintances hapo, ulikuwa unajua huyu ndo mama.
Not really. But I kind of felt like that was the way it would go. But it wasn't like a sure thing, like at now from the jump, this is the one. Not really, because I think that's a bit creepy if that's
Yeah, like God told me you're my wife.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mary and Joseph. No, I think it was like a slow burn, because we knew each other, and then I think the more you learn someone, it's those impulses of you, like kudate ni kama tu umeingia CSI, like you're always investigating this person.
Yeah.
So I think that getting to know you and know you and know you and know you, and then with time, like I think our first year I was just like, yeah, I'm actually going to marry her. I don't know about her story, but
Yeah.
Wow.
I am going to marry
Way
you.
to put me on this spot.
Say this, if the chance you're given, to talk,
No, I haven't. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are very low key. In fact, I think we were just surprised as Instagram friends.
community,
Like, hiya.
hiya.
And then you posted like in future tense. How do I put it?
Yes.
Like it was like it had already happened, the Rora show particularly.
Oh, yes,
it had
yes,
happened
yes,
kitambo, and then we're sisi tunapenda late congratulations. It's like so was
Yeah.
that what like you guys being public figures, what was that decision based on? Just keeping it low key. Even
Yeah.
the wedding, it was just like hiya. Okay.
Tulifanya wedo.
Wait,
In
we
fact,
are just recovering from the Rora show. What's happening? What's
What's up? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think because of our public profiles,
Yeah.
is what I think I would call it.
Yep.
We really just wanted to build a relationship that's honest and pure, and also away from other people's opinions. Not that they influence so much our decision, but really just we wanted to build it as authentically as we could. And I feel like it wasn't low-key, I just say it was off the internet, because if you met us in person, you'd
Yeah.
definitely know we're together. But because we hadn't posted it, I guess, like you couldn't ask us, you just suspect. But I think it really gave us a chance to really get to see each other away from even like what people know about us, and we got to know each other on a more personal level. And even with like posting about the wedding, it was nice because it was just a testament of God's faithfulness, because like you see a lot of stories of artists dating and them not working out, and even I think even part of the reason we weren't posting is like we didn't want it to seem as though we're trying to push a song or
In 2024 or 5, we could have, that would have been the first thought for Kenyans.
So really, and I think because we had already done Elevate before we even started dating, we didn't want it to seem as though we were just posting it to show that, so I think just it was a couple of reasons, but really it was just to authentically get to build our relationship well and have it healthy. And then eventually we were not really confident, but we were like more okay with sharing the news and just letting guys celebrate with us, because they've supported us in our music even when we've done it together. So it was just nice to share this other side of like, okay, so not only are we collaborators in music, but in love.
That's what's up.
Come on.
Nice. You
Yes.
just talked about your wedding. I want to know what was the inspo behind all that, because like from what I picked from the socials, was
Tell
like,
me.
you guys went for a minimalist kind of vibe in for your wedding. Even from your gown was like, oh nice, this is a new thing, and I love it. What was the inspo behind?
A guy saying he loves your wedding dress means that you have really done a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything that I'd like to hear your
I think
yeah.
even the minimalist bit of it was we didn't want to you know the way you can look like at a wedding photo like years later, and then you just know like our Sewali or 2024, like our Sewali or in this, like we wanted a very classic look.
Oof.
Like
Yes.
more so a timeless look.
Yeah.
So like just very classic outfits, very simplistic but very classic. Like
Yeah.
ukiangalia utajua this was a wedding, and I can't tell when it happened. It just looks like it was a wedding, but nice.
Yeah.
Looks good. Because I think sometimes even with weddings there's usually trends.
Yes.
Like there's a certain look people go for.
Yeah.
There's certain palettes of color. So for us it was like
Right now it's like really burnt orange is
Burnt orange and green.
And you know the other color I had? Kikuyu
yeah,
brown.
Kikuyu brown.
Oh
Whatever
my
the
God.
Do you guys
color
know what
is.
Kikuyu brown
I
is?
can see it. Is it
You
like
can
from
see
the Kikuyu
Is
the
the
attire, that
outfit
brown?
attire? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
the current.
Oh
I feel
my
like
God.
that's
Yeah.
happening.
So you are
Okay.
like just in nature of even us as a
Yeah.
as a brand, we are very like our type of music is very not like so many people.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
like just sticking with our own code. Let's do our own thing
Yeah.
that we like, and that fit everything. So we just walked with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, I would love to know if so far you have you know, like in the wedding planning. I mean, I
Yeah.
can see the hustle or I hear the hustle, you know. And so far into marriage, are there any misconceptions you guys have felt like, yeah, but they say this, but it's not like that?
Guys, we don't have the time. There's so much.
Oh my
There's
God.
so much.
Yeah, in less than 6 months already you've discovered a lot.
No.
No,
I
the
think in
planning.
terms of, because she's asked about wedding planning.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of wedding planning, maybe what I would say is the resolve to get married to each other should overpower everything.
Yeah.
Every decor,
Yeah.
decision, everything. Like the resolve to get married. Because something that our pastor really emphasized on us, and it really stuck with me, is what matters most on the wedding day is not the location, it's not the type of grass that's there, it's not the balloons, it's not the color palette, none of that. It's the both of you getting joined. Everybody who's traveling to come see you guys is coming because of the two of you getting joined. They're not coming to see the tents.
Nope.
And so the resolve of you guys getting married, no matter what, it really places like the priority on the both of you. So whether or not you have flying doves after the vows, or whether or not the food is good, then the food should be great, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like the resolve of you guys getting married should be the main focus.
Yeah.
So I think we put so much pressure. I think also because of social media, seeing how different weddings are done,
Yeah.
and you're just like, man, if I do not have a limousine, or if I do not have such what,
Yeah.
I shouldn't do my wedding. Nah, what matters is the both of you
Yes.
getting joined before God, before your family,
Yeah.
and just in holy matrimony. I would encourage like getting married with a pastor over AG,
Over AG, yeah,
just because
definitely.
you're involving God in your marriage. You
Yeah.
know, it wouldn't be wise if you go to AG and then when you have issues or things
Yeah,
are not
not a
working,
pastor
you're
first.
now going to the pastor and it's like, but God wasn't involved even in your joining. So yeah, those are some of the thoughts. But
Wow.
resolve, just
Yeah.
the two of you, that's what matters most.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned about like family being part of it. I want to know from you guys, like, did you feel the pressure of having like more numbers from the family? Like, we want to come, you know, African families,
Oh
how
my
like
God.
everyone to
Oh,
show
yeah.
up, want to show up to be part of it,
Yeah.
like inviting everyone. Did you have that pressure?
Not really.
Oh,
There was pressure to add people, but us, we didn't have it. Because, you know,
Yeah.
as she said, the resolve is you guys getting married.
Yeah.
So if that is the main reason of the thing, it's not about...
Not
'cause
working.
put yourself in the picture of you're a public figure and the number of people you know. So if you actually sit down and try to figure out who am I going to call, you'll actually run out of options
Yeah.
of people who are going to be guests and people
For
who
sure.
are not gonna come.
Yeah.
And as truth to it would be like the closest people, let these people who are really close to us be in it. And also there are people who are close to us who didn't also show up. Because now that means also in family, it's not all your family that will show up.
Yeah.
So we had a good balance of the people who are really, really close to us and people we wanted to be in the wedding. Because I think sometimes it's that resolve of you also have to be very inaitwangaje ukwe na ustarabu. You know, like
Take us to the coast, sir.
Yes.
Take us to the
like
coast.
lazima ukwe na, you also want a good thing.
Yeah.
And you know, yes, when more people come, that means more on your way to carry.
Yeah.
So, and for us, since we did like everything in a year, that was a whole lot of things to carry. So we are like, we can't be able to do certain things because now that means more pressure on us, more weight on us, more things for us to do. So we are like, we will only carry and bear what we can. Yes, wameshabeba mzigo lakini hatujiongezei.
Oh, love it. I want to know how you guys are balancing right now in between. There's now marriage. You guys were just like dating. Now we've gotten into a union, you know. Then there's your songs that you do, you know, the industry beat, and also Faith, you serve in church as well. How is it for you?
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
We just arrived. We ain't got nothing to say about marriage. We have nothing. We're figuring it out as we go. Honestly, if we said anything, we would be giving you our theories. Yeah, so I think we're trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Okay.
We're very young.
But I think you're figuring it out very well. Because
Thank you, girl, because from the inside,
I mean, when I saw the announcement for the squad Iko Sawa, the pod and everything, I was like, yo, like mumejipanga, you're already working on things together,
strategies.
and you know, like wow, this was so beautiful. So maybe you can introduce that as I think is it okay? It's not your first project together. I mean, you've worked on music together, but what is this baby? This is the first,
Tell them about our baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So
it
our
not?
baby is Iko Sawa. He's still young. Still young.
Yeah.
Is it a boy or a girl?
They're gender neutral now.
Oh my god.
Say them.
God.
Oh my god. But I think Iko Sawa, I think it started like way back, I think around 2017.
For sure.
However, when it started, it wasn't really a podcast. It was like a space where we would be just creatively charged, whether that comes to fashion, whether that is merchandising, whether that is music, whether it's art, like it's just a creative hub.
Yeah.
So I think even as we are progressing, you'll get to see more of what now fully Iko Sawa is.
It's about.
And I think even something that we said on I think episode 1 is that we had been talking about doing a podcast for a very long time, and it wasn't even like us together. It was with other people, and
both of us individually wanted to always have
to do a podcast of their own. So I think as we were speaking about it, then
it clicked.
It clicked and it just seemed to feel like the other ideas, they were good, but this was the idea that really stood out, and it stayed and stayed and stayed. And we had actually a friend who had confirmed it, because it was like those things of like, I think you guys should do this, and then tukakuwa tu like, whatever, man.
That's the last sign.
Yeah. And then it's, you know, those prayers you say, hey God, if it is, give me a sign. And then another friend also confirmed it the same way, and we hadn't even told them about it. And then finally another couple friend of ours told us, and it was just like, well, I guess
we hear you good.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we fully just went into it.
Wow. The name Iko Sawa.
Yes.
Like, how did you guys come about that name?
Iko Sawa.
That's all Muhanji, actually. that's I will not take any credit.
Iko Sawa, I think it was just trying to create community, because I think the one thing I feel like church really lacks is community. Like, we are around each other, but we don't know each other. So we, like, I see you every Sunday, I see you weekly, maybe because we go for cell group and all that, but I really don't know you. So I think it was like a place where we would form community, have people come together, whether through music, whether through the podcast, whether through art, so that you people can get to know each other, form a community and lasting friendships. It's not just like a one-time thing. So squad Iko Sawa, like everyone is okay. It's sort of like we leave no man behind. Like atuachi mtu nyuma, we need to know, be involved, and just get active.
Yes.
Oh,
that's beautiful, and I can't wait. I mean, from what you're saying, I think maybe I'm assuming as you go you will invite people into that space
for sure.
So I'm super excited for that, and I think it's beautiful. The concept is beautiful, the vision of it is beautiful, and the intention for it is actually really beautiful. So yes, natuko live hapo squad Iko Sawa Instagram, head over there right now.
Yes, and tell us how you loving it. Any question you have to Muhanji and Shani about the whole thing about love, it being our love day, you know, how is it? Kwanza, have you been bought flowers?
So it's your first Valentine.
No. He started the best one I can think of it is marinating.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yani alianza kunikatia January, so it started with flowers.
Aw.
Yesterday got me like chocolate and like a cute like handwritten letter. It was really cute. And then after this we're going for dinner, so it's vibes.
Yeah.
It's vibes.
Are you excited? It's your first Valentine's as a married couple. Oh my god.
But
Yeah.
it's really chill. I think
Yeah.
it's really chill, which is exactly what we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to Muhanji, have you been bought 4 flowers? Ama, you've been given your flowers.
This morning,
Instagram caption, eh? Give me flowers.
Give me flowers.
No.
me, I'm just I didn't know this type of life before I got married. I will just say, get married. This morning,
men.
niliamshwa na a buffet for a breakfast. And and nikapatiwa pia mimi chocolate before we left
Yeah.
home because I also was working, so the day started very well.
Yeah.
Where I am, I can't complain. Hata niko tu like, let the evening end well with that dinner.
Yeah.
Because now
I have a question for you guys. Do
Yeah.
you think men should be given flowers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're in denial. I think they love flowers.
Wow.
and they just need flowers.
wow.
Yeah.
Men, I need the men to speak. Eh? Tell us. Petros, give us a nod if you would like flowers. Okay.
Yeah,
Send him
why not?
flowers.
Like,
Follows you.
I mean, I'm okay with flowers.
Are you okay? Would you be happy? Because I'm not
Yeah.
going to spend 2,000 if you're just okay.
I won't mind flowers.
But will you like it?
Yes.
That's a no.
What should men like be given on Valentine's Day?
Me,
Because I
don't
feel like
give
it should
me
be.
don't give me flowers.
Why?
Okay.
Me, just give me something I like. Ask me what I like.
Okay.
For me, my flowers are shoes. Buy me shoes.
Oh.
It's true.
Okay,
That's
I
it.
think every guy would say shoes.
Then their own, or they have their own then individual
Yeah.
flowers.
I
Okay,
I think when it comes
Fair.
to gifting, people should ask. Like, you should ask the person. You know, people gift because they see, like, girls just like flowers. You might be with a girl who does not like
Like
flowers.
flowers.
In fact, I have an allergy to pollen.
You see?
Oh
And then
my
now,
gosh.
no, I don't. I'm just saying, I could. and here you are with
so
your whole
sorry.
bouquet.
You know?
Surely.
I'm
So it's
sneezing
like-
the whole night.
Right?
Now I'm crying because it's
Yeah.
not because of the flowers,
Yeah.
but now because of an allergy.
You know.
So I think people need to ask.
So you don't do surprises.
No, you could do a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should share that. A
So like
practice
for
we have.
us, we have
Yeah.
like a practice where we have like saved Instagram folders.
Uh-huh.
So where like the way you can have a saved collection and then you collaborate with someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have that for both of us. So like Shani's gifts.
Yeah.
Gift box.
Gift box, and then Muhanji's gift box.
Okay.
So he'll put what he likes. Because like Muhanji really likes shoes.
Yeah.
But the shoes I think he'll like,
I don't know.
rarely he likes them. So it's nice if he gives me. So the surprise is, I don't know what in this gift box you're
I will
gonna get
get.
me.
You guys are
But
geniuses.
whatever you're gonna get is
Yeah.
something I
You like.
actually like.
Genius.
Yeah.
Like,
We
niliwambia
discovered
tunatake
that the
notes.
hard way.
Notes.
Notes, guys.
And also, I love
Yeah.
how they also bringing out their creative aspects.
Right.
when I teach,
That's
you
so
know.
creative and it works perfectly for everyone.
Yes, it's
No
so
one's getting a gift
don't
that they're forced
get
to
me
smile
perfume
about.
I don't like.
Ah.
Don't get me. Yeah.
Actually, oh my, this is for next Valentine's.
Please.
Yeah.
For next Valentine's. Because sasa side shop of flowers. ama
Kuna
tusha-
birthday.
Birthday,
kuna,
yeah.
Kuna people nowadays do monthversaries. I heard.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, like when let's say we started dating 1st February, 1st March, 1st month anniversary.
Me, I like that.
Oh.
Because like let's try to find more special days.
Yeah.
You know, it's
To
not
celebrate.
waiting for anniversary.
Yes.
You know, alafu in dating.
Or just because. Like
Yeah.
Just because gifts. The
Yeah.
men are just shaking their heads. No. I can see it.
We are the givers during those periods of time and rarely
Oh my
receivers.
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Actually,
We do
Muhanji,
better.
have you ever received like a gift which you did not appreciate? Like, yes, it is here, but like, manze, ungeniuliza.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Have I? Probably, maybe. I think it's sort of like something you want, but not what you like. Like she said, you can buy me shoes, but I don't like this kind of shoes.
Okay.
So you would be like, could I go trade them? Like, you're happy you got shoes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
maybe this type of shoes.
Did you keep
not
them?
really. No, you go trade. You trade it back.
No, I think maybe they're asking like
Okay.
if there's any specific gift that I got you that you
You
didn't
didn't
like.
I didn't like.
I'm a
No.
pretty good gifter, guys.
But she's
you do your
really-
homework.
Yeah.
I'm like
She's really
thorough.
Yeah.
she's a very good gifter, and she gets me with surprises. So I don't, like, I've never been in a place where I'm like, I saw in nini at home. Like I've not had that.
Yeah.
Maybe just
I'm a
like
good gifter. I can brag on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about you, Shani? Have you gotten a gift you didn't like?
No, actually. Muhanji is also really big on experiences.
Yeah.
And I am, but not like as much as he is. So I'm always just like, those ones are the best ones. Like when you go do something, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is nice.
I like this.
I'm falling 35,000 feet from the sky, but okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's beautiful. So I mean, tonight is I mean a big night for lovers, and I mean, and I know Mumesema, you just arrived, but I'm sure there's advice you can give people who are, you know, maybe not in this particular stage of marriage, but are in dating. I mean, what are young people getting wrong in dating? What do you feel like people are not doing more of? You know, should we go to therapy, all of us, and things like
No.
that? But like,
We
what
should stop
young
going to
people?
therapy
Why?
first.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Yeah.
We are too
Mona?
self-aware. It's becoming damaging because we are being self-aware, but we're not allowing the self-awareness to influence the decisions we make.
Yeah. So you know what
just
is
know.
wrong.
Yeah.
You know what's wrong with you,
But you keep
you're
doing
doing
it.
nothing about
Yeah.
it. So that's the problem right now. People are so like, oh, you know, I don't like this. You know, I'm this, I'm
I
that.
self-sabotage. I
Yeah.
do
So, but it's like, so okay, what are you doing about it?
nothing.
Yeah.
Because you know, therapy is more of a subscribed or ascribed thing. Like you're told, it's like if you're sick, when you go to a doctor,
Prescribe.
prescribed. So you're told these are your symptoms, because now you can't diagnose yourself.
Yeah.
So you're told these are your symptoms, but then the doctor can't fix those symptoms. You have to figure out.
You have to take the
to
pills.
get yourself out of the problem. So I think I think that's a very good question. Most people right now are not involving themselves in other people's lives. So you're dating, but it's more about you. You're telling someone how bad you are,
love you,
how someone
love
should
you.
love you. Like right now, there's a joke I was making with a friend of mine. I was telling him, dating in this generation is very easy because everyone posts everything about themselves. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to guess. You could just be like, this chick loves this. I can curate a whole dating way to keep you happy, but then I'm not involved in your life. Like I really don't know
Oh my
you,
God.
but I have an idea of you. So I like the
Yeah,
idea
how
of
deep
you.
is podcast?
Wait,
Go
right?
subscribe to you on YouTube,
Right.
guys.
You know, so I have an idea of who you are,
Yeah.
but I really don't know you well. So I think now that's the problem where people say, oh, utaonyeshwa dust. But it's really like, if you really want to dig deep with someone, like you will really see someone and you'll be like, what? Like umsanajo all this about me, and they still choose to stay. Because I think the staying is where now the battle is. Because you could be in all these things
For sure.
and do life with people, but then you see something wrong about them and you remove yourself.
Okay, on that note, just before Shani contributes, then but where do you draw the line between you maybe picking something you're not willing to stick around for? It's like we compromise, yes,
Yeah.
but there,
Like to
there's a
what
line. To
degree?
what
There's a line.
I get
extent?
you. I
To
get
what
you. I get you.
extent?
I think it's sort of like a balance, because sometimes we think we need something, but really we don't. And sometimes we think we can be able to handle certain things, but we don't have the capacity to. Like we could say maybe, and there are sort of like negotiables,
Yeah.
where you like, I don't like short people. You can't change that.
Girls,
Yeah.
You know,
Is it
Listen
true?
in.
Is it true?
listen in, ladies.
What are you doing in that
you know,
DM then?
you know, so like it's like, when short people approach you, that is a thing for you. Maybe if you're not willing to compromise on it, don't do it. However, it's palatable that you have a very small room for people to choose. So you always like your scope of people to choose from is smaller. If you don't like rude people, rudeness it can be worked on.
Yeah.
So I think it's always finding a willing person
Yeah.
to be able to change. Because even you, there are things
Yeah.
that someone won't like about you.
For sure.
But there are things that over time, they can be changed.
Yeah.
But now people are like, mi nakwanga tu hivo. Then that is a red flag for you to just be like,
Yeah.
kama unakwanga hivo tu kuwa hivo peke yako.
Yeah.
We don't have to be together. So there are things that can be tweaked, and there are those who go to like, this is a long-term thing, I don't think I can be involved in it.
Yeah, actually, what I would say is I think the number one thing to look for in a person, away from your preferences on height, looks, all of that, is somebody who is willing to continually reinvent themselves or like change, be
Yeah.
willing to change or to adapt, because even if you date for even 5-10 years, when you get married, you're experiencing a very different version of this
Yes,
person.
yes.
When they become a father, they're going to be a very different person. So if you just work with the knowledge of the relationship, by the time you get to fatherhood, this is a different person you're dealing with. So are you able to work with their flaws, because every different stage will come with its own flaws, and are you able to work through it? Because sometimes we think that we need to figure out the person before we make the commitment.
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine even until they're 60, you won't know this
You won't know
person.
them.
Oh,
Nobody-
scary, a little.
Yeah, it is,
Very
it is,
scary.
but it is to show that you need to have a lot of space for grace,
Yeah.
for accommodation, and that number one thing of being
Yeah.
willing to change.
Yeah.
Because if this person in the relationship, maybe they're stubborn or they're, what did you say? Like they're rude. If you tell them to change and they make, you can see like over a period of time they've tried. Then you can see, okay, this person is willing to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you tell them, hey, usimwongeleshe hivyo, and then over like 6 months they are still rude, if anything they are ruder,
Yeah.
or they're not
Then-
changing, then you can tell it's a character.
Yeah.
It's not because there are things that can be changed. So
Yeah.
if the person is willing to change,
Yeah.
then it's a good sign. But if
Okay.
they're not,
Is it true that how you experience a person in dating gets amplified in
Fried in
marriage,
marriage.
good or bad?
Yeah.
we just arrived.
Oh,
No, I'm just saying. Like, I think it's
We
just
just
something
arrived.
that's said. Like, how you experience someone as you're dating them,
Yeah.
it just amplifies. So if they were romantic, maybe they become more romantic. If they were not romantic, they become less romantic. So yeah,
if they were nonchalant.
wanakuwa more nonchalant.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
But I think it's a thing of character.
Okay.
And I think character is a very powerful thing. I think, and it's less spoke about in church, which
Yeah.
sometimes grieves me a lot, because character can really tell you a lot about someone. You might not even have experienced them in a heavy way or a big way, but if you know their character, you know this person is dependable, this person is honest, this person is truthful, regardless of what happens. Even if when you get married, and because sometimes I think people share their experiences as the gospel truth, because there are people who have experienced good
I hear you.
through and through their marriage,
Yeah.
and they've never had any rocky times, and it's like, how it's supposed to.
that's
So
very
it's like, who told you it's supposed? Because everyone has their own experience,
For sure.
and lived experience. Sometimes it's shared, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
The same way someone who's born in like a very rich, affluent family,
Yeah.
they experience life so differently from someone
Completely.
born in the other side of town. So I think even in relationships, I think go in there with a blank slate, and you just like, okay, this is us, let's write our own story, let's see how this life goes, let's see how we'll experience things. Because I think the 16-year-old Muhanji and the 32-year-old Muhanji have experienced two different worlds.
Yeah.
So like, even if I look back, I'm like, there are things I used to do, my god,
Yeah.
who was
Right
that
now.
guy? So I think, and I have a paradox about being past and present and future. It's like the things that you thought about last year, the things you believed fully, but right now you look back and you're like, but that was a lie. And probably in the futures to come, you look back and say, what I believed now was also a lie, that this was not the truth. So it's like you're always growing, you're always learning.
Sure.
So if, as Shani said, if you're learning to grow and grow and grow, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
always been-
Oh, love it. I feel like already you've already recorded a whole.
This is the whole pod.
Yeah, it's a whole
this is the pod.
episode.
yeah. These are the conversations we have on IG Live every week.
Wow.
Every week on
On Instagram
Squad-
Live.
on Instagram.
On Squad Iko Sawa.
Yes.
which day? Which day of the
On
week?
Thursdays. But
Thursday.
today we had to make it a little extra special because it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So we had it
Damn.
on Friday.
So every
so-
Thursday at what time?
Every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, and also in a little bit, you're going to be talking about like what you're talking about in the last episode when we
Yes.
come back. Right now, acha tuweke our squad. On squad iko sawa hapa. You Alex, Shani, Muhanji, Mwinda on the song, and Aweza, and also
Shout out to Sean Gadoni's husband. That's
Oh.
Mwinda right there.
Wow.
Yes.
you see why
Hey.
these are the best people to have.
Right,
Yeah?
right.
Yeah. So if you ever see Mwinda, that's Sean Gadoni's husband.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Let's talk about the pod.
Yes.
And where you are clearly going very deep. In fact, this already feels like an episode, and I was just like, this is just a taste
Yeah.
of the conversations you guys are having.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to us about that.
Wow, the podcast is, I think I enjoy some of the Christian podcasts that are. However, I think there is more to Christianity than just now relationships. And I would say like our pod for us, we really want to talk about things that people don't talk about. And maybe because of sometimes unajua kama sisi wote tulilearn Pythagoras theorem. I mean, how hard is it to talk about faith? Kama tulikramizo vitu zote, pi is equals 3.14. I mean, these other things we can talk about. And I think for the pod we wanted to stretch ourselves to really go deep and talk. That's why even forming the community is called Iko Sawa, like means a lot. Like we want to walk a journey with people like 10 years, 20 years down the line, you can go back to an episode and be like, but this is when like my life turned around. This is when like I met God in a different way. Because I think sometimes truthfully we have gifts, and if you don't fan into flame that gift, itazima to like your gift is like fire, so you have to keep unapepeta mpaka iwake. And I think now conversations, if faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God, sisi hao kwa hizo comments na tunaendelea. Shani, what do you think?
There's a very interesting thing that happened last year September. So every September in our church, City Lighters Church, which by now, if you have not attended at least one service, at least one street praise pop-up, come on. What are you doing? Make your way to Nairobi. It's always a vibe. So
actually, on that note, is where you tell them also tomorrow you're having a whole Bible study in the park.
Tomorrow we're having a whole Bible study in the park at Uhuru Park, right?
Yes.
I wanted to say Uhuru Gardens. So last year September we were having our evangelism month, which is what we have every September. And something that I think I realized, or it dawned on me, was even with the young people, our issue is not necessarily that we do not know Jesus, is that we do not know him enough to do life with him. We only know him, or we only do life with him when we need something, or when we are, how do I say, like we're in a desperate situation. And you can see it even on social media, because right now, to be very honest, a huge chunk of our lives is on social media. So you see that maybe someone will say, oh, you know, I was really struggling in my creative career and I really wanted to make it, and I told God, if you don't do it for me with this song, I'm out. And then God does it, and then it's like, oh, hallelujah, praise God. Or somebody who you can question their lives and how they're living, and then you see whenever they have an achievement, they're very quick to thank God, but it's not implemented in their daily lives. So I think the podcast for us was really a space where we really want to tackle navigating Christian living as a young person, because truth be told, it's hard. So how do we figure it out? Even us, we're not coming from a point of let me tell you how to do. It's just how do we figure it out? How do we hack it? Because God didn't bring us to, or Jesus didn't die for the cross for us to get saved now and then we just go to heaven.
No.
That's not the point of Jesus dying. There's a purpose as to why you got saved when you were 11 or 12 or 22 or 54. It's not that. If it was like the main reason of salvation was that we go to heaven, ingekuwa when you're just about to die, there's like an angel that comes through and then he's like, hi, do you want to get saved or nah? And then you get saved and go to heaven. But there's a reason why God made sure that we got saved at the age that we did. And so for us, it's figuring out why. When Jesus says we're here to live a full life, what does that mean? What does that look like in our everyday? Not just when we have highlights, when we're trusting in God for breakthrough. How do we navigate even wealth? How do we navigate stewardship? How do we navigate relationships? How do we do it the right way? So I think that's what the podcast is about, and that's what we're trying to, you know, build a community of, and we can all just figure it out.
Oh, nice.
This is the moment to say where we are subscribing, because clearly that was enough convincing, because we need these conversations.
Yes. So Iko Sawa on every platform. We're available on all podcast platforms. So wherever you listen to on podcast, Spotify, Apple, Castbox, all of it. And we also do visual, like it's a video podcast. So we're also available on YouTube and on all social media. So that's, well, not all, except Facebook. We're available on Instagram and on TikTok.
Okay.
So if you follow us there, we are always posting just snippets of the conversation, and we upload every Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Wow.
So like next week, Tuesday, we're having a new episode. It's our third one, so you can catch up with the first two, and then on Tuesday to Patane, YouTube and all podcast platforms.
Oh, nice. We've talked about how you guys mulikuwa, you became together, became one. You know, we've talked about the pod, but we want to know more about you. So we want to engage you in a quick fire. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
I feel actually today also they are going to form part of
The Ring.
Oh, it's giving the ring. It's giving the ring.
Yes.
So yeah, very, very, very cute questions. They're very cute. I promise. I promise.
That's
yeah.
what they always say.
Yeah. But I think you did a bit of this. You know the
Yeah.
way they make you play those games in the weddings. You when you don't have to shota viatu.
Wanakuambia
I
endea
think
sijui.
let's not remove the shoes. Like, oh my god, I don't know.
Can we figure out other ways?
Right? Yeah, but yeah, something like that. So very, very quickly, who's most romantic?
I feel like both of us are. Yeah.
Kind of.
Both in
Sings
different
both
ways,
ways.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who sends the cutest texts?
Muhanji. He does.
What?
He's
Anakwanga po songwriter.
yeah, he
Oh
sends
my
me like
God.
he sent me a poem
Oh,
earlier this week and it was so cute. Yeah.
Beautiful.
He's a make you blush up person.
Aw,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Fancy dinner or home cooked meal for both of you?
For you?
Home cooked meal.
For me, fancy dinner always.
Yeah, no,
And you're the
that's
one
why-
expected to cook.
No. The fancy dinner is out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying for him it's home cooked meal.
Yes.
You want a fancy dinner. Who's cooking?
No, it can be.
Who's cooking?
No, for like the home cooked meal, I can do it, and then fancy
Yeah.
dinner we go out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Love notes or love songs?
Love notes.
Love songs.
Oh.
Has he written you a song?
Yes.
Enye hajaturilizia
bado.
sisi
Yes.
wengine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And probably
beautiful.
would not
He
release it.
he wrote
Yeah,
it like when he was.
recorded and everything.
It's a whole song.
Also.
Hey. Nice.
And that was like before even we started dating. He was like he had a crush on me, and then he.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love is a beautiful
I'm telling
thing.
you, this
Polite
man-
reminder.
Yeah.
Polite reminder. All right. Zamwisho, who is more likely to forget an anniversary or birth date?
None of us. I
No.
don't-
Hey,
yeah.
those ones we take them very seriously.
A
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa sawa. Naonanga kila pale first service sana ndo mnapendanga kuattend the first service and everything.
Yes.
Okay, who takes longer to get ready for the service?
we all know who. We all know who.
It's me. It's me. It's me.
Yeah, we gotta eat. We
I have
gotta
to look
eat.
cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it was so good to know more about you. Thank you guys for
Yes.
sharing so openly. And I'm so glad that people can access this even on the pod.
Yes.
So tuende pale Squad Iko Sawa on all platforms. Have more of this authentic Christian living related conversations.
Yes.
You know, very openly, very authentically, very vulnerably. So we really, really appreciate your time. I know it's Valentine's, it's your first Valentine's, but you making the
please.
time.
Yeah.
It's very heartwarming.
For sure. You guys have always supported the music. So,
Yeah.
of course, even when we had the pod, we had to come to Pearl. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for hosting us. We've had
sir.
such a great time.
We love it.
We have.
And enjoy your dinner.
We'll
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's, guys.
Valentine's
Okay, so
Day.
now we are focusing on the pod, so we shouldn't even ask for more music.
Yeah.
Let's let you do that first.
The music is coming.
Enlargement.
It's coming.
Enlargement.
Ah, period. Period.
That's what's up. Okay.
96.9 FM. Pearl Radio.